Hello everyone, I am Grand Royson, welcome to new video. Today I am going to discuss all gates in the Solo Leveling manhwa. Solo Leveling is a South Korean novel series that has recently seen an anime adaptation. Solo Leveling, following the I Alone Level Up novel series, features a modern fantasy story dipped in incredible action and adventures within 21 story arcs. Solo Leveling storyline centers on humans with magical skills who must face horrendous creatures to save humanity from extinction. The gates are one of the most important elements of the Solo Leveling. The gates started to appear suddenly and are actually special magical portals that connect the real world to the dungeons. Entering them from the outside is possible, as is exiting them from the inside. They are usually blue in color, although there are special red gates as well, and are always a gateway to a dungeon. Based on their rank, the gates vary in size, from smaller to larger ones. They can appear anywhere, and there doesn't seem to be a pattern. Sometimes, only one can appear, while at other times, several at a time might appear. Gate ranking system in Solo Leveling. Gates, like most other elements of the lore of Solo Leveling, are subjected to the standard SE ranking system, which ranks phenomena from the series based on strength, with S ranks being the stronger, and E ranks being the weakest. Sadly, the series has not revealed any E rank, D rank, and B rank gates so far. The series also has not confirmed any C rank gate so far. Initially, the red gate was thought to be a C rank gate, but it turned out to be an A rank gate. A rank gates. A rank gates are powerful gates that hide a lot of danger. In fact, they are the second most dangerous gates in the series. So far, 3 such gates have been revealed in the series. Hunters Guild Gate. This top-tier A-rank gate opened up below the Hunters Guild, and it was the first A-rank gate that Seong Jin-woo cleared by himself. There were dungeon jackals and high orcs there, which made it a respectable A-rank gate, but Seong Jin-woo was powerful enough to clear it without any problems whatsoever. Busan Gate. This top-tier A-rank gate opened in Busan not long after the Jeju Island incident. The Knights Guild had cleared all the gates in Busan save for this one, and due to the immense danger it posed, no one was really volunteering to enter it. Seong Jin-woo accepted at one point, but just as he was about to enter the gate, he sensed that his sister was in danger, so he left. He released Baru inside the dungeon, and Baru easily slaughtered all the monsters inside, thereby closing the gate. The Red Gate. Initially thought to be a C-rank gate, the Red Gate from the Red Gate incident turned out to be a dangerous A-rank gate that resulted in many casualties, including 8 members of the party led by Chul, who were killed by the monsters or the environment. Chul himself was later killed by Seong Jin-woo when he became mad and violent, attacking the lower-ranked hunters within the dungeon. In total, 12 hunters entered the gate, but only 3 of them came out alive, which shows just how dangerous this A-rank gate actually was. It seems to be the most powerful A-rank gate in the series. S-rank gates. As the name suggests, S-rank gates are the strongest and most dangerous gates in the series. They are the gateways to S-rank dungeons, which are the toughest dungeons in the series. Only the strongest hunters working together are able to deal with S-rank gates, whose size can be like that of a hurricane, as the series described it. So far, only 3 S-rank gates have been directly identified in the series. Jeju Island S-rank gate. The gate spawned on Jeju Island about 4 years before the events of the main storyline. Due to how weak the Korean S-rank hunters were at the time, they failed to close the gate and it eventually underwent a dungeon break, resulting in the deaths of thousands of Korean civilians and turning the island into a wasteland no longer fit for human habitation. Over the next 3 years, the Korean government launched 3 search and destroy missions on the island to no success. When the 3rd raid resulted in the death of Eunseok, one of their prized S-rank hunters, the Korean government formally abandoned their efforts to reclaim Jeju and decided to leave the island be in hopes that the ants would eventually perish on their own by starving to death when their food supply eventually ran out. Unfortunately, this move ultimately backfired, as the ants eventually evolved and gained the ability to fly long distances. In response to this evolution, the Draw Sword Guild, Japan's strongest and largest guild, agreed to collaborate with the Koreans in liberating the island before all of the ants learned how to take flight. A simple but promising plan was worked out. The Japanese hunters would use themselves as bait to draw out the ants, while the Korean hunters would sneak into the unguarded nest and kill the queen. Initially, the raid went well, with the Japanese easily slaughtering the ants and the Koreans killing the queen and her guards with minimal trouble. However, everything went horribly wrong when an immensely powerful ant called the Ant King ambushed both teams and easily slaughtered 8 of the 16 S-ranks who were participating in the raid, including Goto Ryuji and Min Byung-gyu. As a result, the raid nearly failed altogether and the entire party would have been slaughtered had it not been for Seong Jin-woo, who swiftly arrived on the island and killed the Ant King after a fierce fight. First S-rank Gate. The gate spawned on the west coast of America about 8 years before the events of the main storyline. As a S-rank gate had never been seen before, the American government prepared for the worst and offered a huge reward to any S-rank hunter who was willing to fight on their behalf. Despite the fact that over 100 S-rank hunters answered their call, none of them were prepared for what came next. The dungeon boss, a ferocious dragon named Kamish, emerged from the gate and laid waste to the entire west coast area, slaughtering scores of S-ranks hunters along with millions of civilians in his wake. His rampage only stopped when the last 5 surviving S-ranks banded together and successfully killed him, finally putting an end to the massive devastation he had caused. Tokyo S-rank Gate. The deaths of 7 of their S-rank hunters, including their strongest Goto Ryuji, in the 4th Jeju Island raid cost Japan a great deal of their military power and left the nation completely defenseless when a S-rank gate suddenly spawned in the heart of Tokyo several months later. Lacking the strength to take on the gate, the Japanese government desperately rushed to recruit S-ranks from all over the world before it was too late. A Russian S-rank hunter named Yuri Orloff was one of the first to answer the Japanese government's call for international aid, and he offered to block off the gate with his barrier magic for a fee of $10 million a day. As they were desperate for help and didn't have any better options at the time, the Japanese government agreed to his offer without a second thought. When the gate finally underwent a dungeon break 3 days later, Orloff attempted to block off the gate as promised with his signature barrier. Although this strategy initially worked, it ultimately failed when a particularly large giant emerged from the gate and shattered Orloff's barrier with a single swing of its sword. Orloff then attempted to reactivate his barrier, but before he could, another giant tossed him into the air and swallowed him whole. Although Japan was able to mobilize 6 of their own S-ranks and recruit an additional 8 foreign S-ranks, not including Orloff, to handle the gate, the raid was still a complete disaster, leading to the deaths of millions of Japanese civilians, and would have resulted in an international crisis had it not been for Seong Jin-woo, who arrived in Japan several days after the dungeon break occurred and easily slaughtered 28 of the 29 remaining giants all on his own, including the giant that killed Orloff. With the giants no longer guarding the gate, Jin-woo jumped through it and discovered Ligia, the king of giants, chained up in the boss room. Although Ligia promised to stand with him in the coming war with the rulers, Jin-woo was able to see through his lies and decapitated him in one swing, finally closing the gate and ending the crisis. As for the 29th giant that somehow escaped alive in the chaos, it was able to cross the ocean to China. Before it could make landfall, it was intercepted off the coast of China and easily killed by Liu Jigang. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. For more, thanks you all. Meet you in another video.